Okay, welcome to a week in the life of a teacher. Technically, this is going to be the first week of school. It is currently Sunday, and normally, and I say this truthfully, normally I don't do work at home. I don't take things home. The only thing that I will do is I will lesson plan on Sunday for like maybe 2 to 3 hours, and then that's it. Saturday is completely free. Monday through Friday evenings are completely free. So the reason why I'm saying this is because this weekend I did bring stuff home to do, and that I did stuff, and it's just preparation because I feel like I have been not behind, but there's just a lot to do. First thing that I did is, if you saw on my last classroom setup video, I had these piñatas laminated, but I hadn't cut them, so I decided to bring them home and I'll cut them at home. So I did, just put on some YouTube and I started cutting these out. So they're ready for when I go into work tomorrow. I'll go ahead and put them up. The classroom setup series for this year is finished. I will be making a classroom tour, but I think I'm gonna wait like a week or two before I do the tour. That way I can show you as well how the storage of the student supplies is. But yeah, that will come in about a week or two. All right, hey everybody, what's up? I just got to my school. It is Monday. I just finished the morning portion of Institute Day, just had lunch and everything, so now I'm back at the school. I think for the afternoon we just have like a couple of meetings with the principal, and then I think we have about an hour or two to work in the classroom. I did bring this body pillow. My first year, I've had it since my first year, and the kids that I had my first year basically ripped up the pillowcase. So I spent time past like week just like sewing it little by little, and now it's sewed and it's all good. I also brought 2 packages that arrived. One of them is for sure the cardboard boxes, the bins for the students, and then one of them, I think someone bought something from my Amazon wish list, so that I'll go ahead and open when I'm in my room. All right, quickly to update, I finally put these up, so they're looking good. So pretty much the only thing that I have to do for right now is going to be assembling the rest of these. They came in yesterday, so I'll go ahead and do those right now, and then I think I'm gonna just go home. Also, really quickly, if you're the person who got me the Connect 4 from my wish list, thank you, because you are a real one. I've had this on my wish list for, I think, since my first year, and I've never bought Connect 4, but thank you so much. There wasn't a note when it came, so I don't know who it was, but thank you again. So I just got home. It is still Monday. It's about 6:20. I ended up staying later, not working on my room or anything, but I ended up helping the front office admin because she needed help with some things. So I was like, I guess I'll stay. So I stayed. I helped, but now I'm home. I'm hungry, and I am ready for some sleep because I'm tired. Having meetings all day is very tiring, like mentally exhausting. But yeah, so tomorrow gonna go back, have more PD and meetings, but I think we do have like 2 hours to work in our classrooms. Today I thought we had like an hour or two. We had like, so I stayed because I had to do some work, but I didn't do much. Like I showed you, I did the student bins. I ended up putting the names of my afternoon group. I also put the names and the birth date on their birthday piñata, and I put that up. And then I also put the names on the yellow notebooks that I had for my morning group. For my afternoon group, I have to talk to my mentor teacher to see if she ended up getting the Spanish books as well, because if she does, I'm gonna just use the ones that she has, or if not, I'll just use some of the ones that I have. And those yellow notebooks are for the Read to Self Center, so they can log what they're reading and everything. And then what else did I do today? I ended up basically updating the handbook that we give to the teachers, not to the teachers, to the parents, on open house. That basically gives them like all the norms and expectations and stuff like that. So that I can actually show you what it looks like tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna go eat and then relax and then knock out. So see you tomorrow. Okay, so I just got to my classroom after the morning meetings with the district. I'm about to have a school meeting in like 5 minutes, but really quickly to show you, this right here is like the handbook and everything inside. It has like in English and Spanish. And then I also brought these two packages. I don't know if it's the same person who got me the Connect 4, but I will open them later. Okay, gonna do this video really quickly. Just got home. It is 7, just finished open house. So I have like 14 kids on my roster. I'm at about 8 of them, which is pretty good, half of them. And then gotta go in tomorrow early so I can do some cleaning and like some organizing of the materials that they brought. And then I also have to make the slides, because I want to try doing slides this year to help me with the time management. I don't necessarily need help with time management because I'm always looking at the clock anyways, but I know it'll help kids with the visual stuff and like making sure that they have what they need, instead of me just repeating it so many times, like, oh, you need like your blah 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 blah. So yeah, so if I have enough time tomorrow morning, I'll do the slides. If not the end of the world. But I do tomorrow at least have to update my plans, because I had tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I had Wednesday through Friday planned out, but after today's meetings and everything, they gave us like some things that they, like the school, scheduled for us to do. So I got to update my plans to make sure that I'm fitting that in, and then I'm also updating what I wanted to do. But yeah, so I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna eat, and then relax for like a couple hours and then knock out, so I'm ready and fresh for tomorrow morning. But yeah, tomorrow's the first day of school. Earlier to this little talking point, I showed you the open house really quickly, so you guys saw how I had it set up. I had the student bins, the plastic ones, on the desk, so anything small they put inside. Notebooks, folders went into the desk. Let's see what else. Cleaning supplies were on the floor. I have them like in groups and everything, that way tomorrow I just know how much of each I have, so I can put it away accordingly. And then I think that's it for right now. But yeah, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. Hey, good morning. It is the first day of school. I just got to the parking lot, and as I'm looking around, there's quite a few cars, and I say that because it is 7:35 and doors like open at 7:30 for teachers. Like, you can start coming in, but we're not contractually obligated to be here until like 8:25. Now, I'm here at 7:35. This is very, very rare. Don't get used to it. I usually come like between 8:15 to 8:25. That's usually my window. But I'm here this early so I can do some of the cleanup for the supplies that came in yesterday. And then so I can check out my daily plan to see how I'm fitting in the other like expectation lessons that I have to do today. But yeah, so let me go do that, and then I'll update you guys. Morning, everyone. It is Thursday. I didn't end up filming anything after work on yesterday because I went out to have dinner with coworkers, and then I didn't get home until like about 9:30ish. So yesterday, honestly, with the kids, went really well. Um, I had a good time with my morning class, good time with my afternoon class, good vibes all around. Talked about the expectations. We read the book Isabel and her Colores Go to School, and then we did the Find Someone Who activity, and then talked about like just different expectations and whatnot. Um, and then what didn't go well is like it's because we're following a new schedule, like a brand new schedule, and there's like new routines and like procedures in place for the morning and the afternoon. That was like pretty chaotic, but at least with the kids and like in the classroom, everything went smooth and well. Okay, so I'm showing you guys how the room looked at the end of the day yesterday. It honestly, they did a pretty good job keeping it clean. I do still have a couple things that I need to put away. Essentially, this and this I had in one cabinet, but I don't know if that's gonna fit because I still have stuff from last year, so that's why it's still there. Um, but yeah, they did a really good job. Their bins are still on their desk because these little things barely got printed out. They'll be cut and laminated, and then they'll be put on top of the bin and then stored over there. But that's why they're still there. Also, yes, it is 7:36ish again. Still, don't get used to this. Like, I feel like it's gonna be this week, and then it's not gonna continue. Also, one of my coworkers brought me this plant. Originally, I had it over there by the window, but the vent is like um, pulling out cold air, so I wanted to put it here so it doesn't die from the cold air. Okay, so I've got the lamination started. I'm just waiting for this to heat up, and then now I'm gonna distribute these to their desks. So I don't think I've shown these yet, but my professor from college gifted these from my Amazon wishlist. So we've got papel picado, which I'll put around the room. I've got magnets, which will help me put up like the anchor charts when they're laminated, and then Spanish stamps. So if you see this, thank you so much. Alright, so I've got these laminated and cut, so they're gonna go on top of the bins, and then the bins are gonna go right here. Alright, it is Saturday. I just realized that I never actually recorded something on Friday to like end the video with, so I'm recording this now. I was just editing the videos and everything, so just kind of like finish it and whatnot. I'm gonna try to keep this very short, but I did end up putting the student names on the plastic bins, and I put them in their spots, so that's done. I did organize all the cleaning supplies into the cabinets, so that is done. I distributed the student notebooks, handwriting books, everything that was given to me like curriculum wise, that's been distributed and off of my counter. Now some of the things that we did as a class, like the activities, some I've already shown. So like the Find Someone Who activity, I already showed you guys, but I am going to show you through my computer some of the activities, that way you have a visual as well. Alright, so this one is a worksheet that my coworker shared with me, but basically it's a coloring page. The way I ended up using is I read some books that were on making friends and everything, so I gave every student one of these pages with a name on it, and the point of it was that they got someone that wasn't them, and they were going to color it and make it the best that they can in order to give it to the person that it belongs to. That way they can potentially make a new friend that way. This right here is some fish that the students colored, so they only colored one fish and they cut them out, and then next week I'm gonna laminate and then they'll cut it out again. So basically this is going to help me when I do my fishbowl activity. I will pick out the student fishes, and like let's say I pick out 4 of them, and those 4 are going to be the ones that are going to do the talking, while the rest are going to listen. They're going to write notes, they're going to ask questions based on the conversation that they heard from the 4 in the middle. I don't have a paper copy of this one right now, and I don't have it digital either, but I ended up making some word search puzzles with the students' names on it. So I made one for my morning group, one for the afternoon group. They really liked the activity, and I think I'm gonna keep having that activity every year moving forward, just because they really like that. And I might have that as one of the word work activities that I do for small group, specifically with vocab words. One activity that I ended up doing Friday as well is a growth mindset activity that I also did the year prior that I learned at Golden Apple, and I really like it because it really shows the students that some things are going to be hard at first, but if they're paying attention, if they're learning and then also practicing and following instructions, they will learn how to do things. So I'm actually going to show you what the activity is. So essentially I give them some, I don't even know how to describe it, but I show them something that is cut out on a paper, and it kind of looks like a tent with like some paper like sticking out, and they get one piece on their own that they then have to either fold and cut in order to recreate it, but there's a twist in it that they don't know, and that's what makes it hard. So I'm going to show you right now how to do it. I'll probably make a better version of this on TikTok, but this is the way you do it. So you have your paper, you're actually going to have it lengthways, you're going to fold it in half. So some teachers call it hot dogs, I just say horizontal. So it's like this. One side you're going to cut down the middle up to the crease. The other side you're going to do into thirds. So one here, while up here it's just one. Here, and down here. So now you should have one side that has 3 like squares, then 2 rectangles. What you're going to do is having this. Normally it's like this, right? But what you're going to do, if I remember correctly, is this one. You're actually going to flip this way, like this, fold it down. So then now, alright, so it's not sticking up, so I'll definitely make a better version on TikTok with stronger construction paper. So that's one thing you're going to want to do. You don't want to use flimsy paper, you want to use hard stock construction paper. But essentially what's challenging about this is you have this opening here with that, and this opening there with this, and quite literally if you close it, this is a whole page still with a square on top. When you flip it, it's the same thing. So essentially the kids get confused about where this square on top is coming from, because this is pointed up when all of this is like a tent and it has the 2 holes. But yeah, that's the activity. The kids really like learning how to do it, so I think for me it's always been beneficial because they do get frustrated a lot of times towards the end of the lesson. They are like, I don't get it, it's too hard, I give up. And once I start hearing that, that's when I stop them and be like, okay, so what are some of the things that people have just now started saying? And going from there, then we talk about having a growth mindset versus having a fixed mindset. And then I show them how to do the activity, and once they know how to cut it and how to do the twist at the end, then they're like, oh, this is so easy, I could do it. And then that translates to like everything we're going to do later on. And finally, I'm just going to go over some of the books that I read this week. I read 3 books. So the first book that I read was Isabella and Her Colores Go to School. The reason why I like this book is because it's about a bilingual student who's going to her first day at school. She's having a hard time getting accustomed to the classroom because the classroom is in English. Her teacher speaks in English, the other students speak English, and she herself prefers Spanish over English. So to her, the English language sounds weird. She doesn't really like it. And essentially the lesson that she learns is that she can still make friends with someone even though they speak English. And the reason why I like this book and this lesson is because I teach dual language, so it's very important that the kids know that they can still communicate with other kids in the school that only speak English. They can still be friends with them. They don't only have to find their friends with the other kids that speak Spanish. The other book that I read was Lulu and the Hunger Monster. So this one is a book about Lulu who's having financial problem at home because the car broke down and mom had to basically spend their grocery money on fixing the car. So she is hungry at school and everything. And essentially the reason why I do this book at the beginning of the year is because it shows Lulu asking for help when she needs it. So I give this lesson to make sure that the kids understand that they can come to me if they have any issues either at home or if there's issues at school, that if something's bothering them or if they need to share something, that they can come to me or any trusted adult. And that to me is why I read this book and I like this book. So then the book that I read on Friday was Enseña tu dragón a ser amigos, which in English is Train Your Dragon to Make Friends. And I have just learned about the author that made the book. I don't remember his name right off the bat in my head. But apparently this like dragon is a whole series. So there's like not Train Your Dragon, Teach Your Dragon, sorry. Teach Your Dragon to be respectful. Teach Your Dragon about failure. Teach Your Dragon whatever. And it's a whole series. So my kids really enjoyed both groups really enjoyed the dragon book, and I think I'm gonna look into the other ones as well, and hopefully they also have those books translated in Spanish. But I really like it, so I'm gonna invest into getting more of them. Alright, but basically the reason why I like the book and the kids like the book is because it does give you a two-way analysis of like what makes a good friend versus a bad friend, like how can you make friends. It shows you like what to do and what not to do, and it's a really good talking point, and I really like it. And even though for me I teach third and the majority of the kids have known each other for years, there's still kids that are new to the school, or maybe some kids that even though they've known of someone, they haven't been friends. So it's still a really good reminder of how to make friends and how to play nice with each other. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I am going to make a classroom tour that is going to come out in about a week or two. I'm not going to vlog like a week in the life this coming week because it's realistically only going to be testing. Like next week we're testing, a lot of testing. So I'm not going to record that. That's not fun. So I'm gonna basically skip that week. But I'm probably gonna record the classroom tour to show you the updated version of the classroom, including the student supplies and like how that runs. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. If you leave a like, if you subscribe, comment what you think about this week, comment what you do in your first week of school, and yeah, have a good one.